Hi everybody, my name's Paul Tran. Welcome to Learning Unplugged, the place to come for acoustic music and acoustic learning. What we mean by acoustic learning is learning with no technology except the camera I'm looking at right now. What we do on Learning Unplugged is we take a look at some simple, effective models that help us to think and do things differently. So let's put the mandolin away for now. Today we're going to talk about one of my favourite influencing models. It's a bit of an old classic. It's by Robert Cialdini and it's his 6 Principles of Influence. Now before we go through the 6 principles, my real main issue with influencing is it's got to be done for the greater good. So let's make sure when we're influencing that everybody comes away with a good result. And that way we get lasting influence and we get a good reputation for influencing well. Right, let's take a look at these 6 principles. The first one is what Cialdini calls reciprocity, and that's where we do something for somebody in the knowledge that they will do something back for us eventually. It might take 5 minutes, it might take 5 months. The idea is that this is done unconditionally, in the knowledge that if we do this for no reason whatsoever other than we're doing some good for someone, we'll get something back. It's a great way of influencing. And that's the first principle. The second one, it's about being liked. It's amazing to think that we're often influenced by people because we just like them. And we often forget this one. And this is a really simple one. Let's reinforce our likability and use it to influence the people around us. And that's a really simple one. It's really effective. So that's the second principle. The third one is what Cialdini calls scarcity. Now, this happens when there just seems to be limited availability of what we're looking for. It could be time, it could be budget, it could be an item. And when something feels scarce, we sometimes just want it a little bit more. Now, if we're mindful with scarcity and we, again, use it for the greater good, it's a really good, effective way of influencing. Just be mindful about how you use it. So that's scarcity. The next principle is consistency. It's about being reliable. It's about always doing what you say you're going to do to the standard that you promised to do it. And when we do this over time, it's a great way of influencing. It's really important to a lot of us, this one. So that's consistency. The next principle is what Cialdini calls authority. Now, sometimes this is about rank, about seniority, about subject matter expertise, but often it's about how we use our skills, how we communicate, how we use our words, our tone, how we use ourselves. And authority is something that we can assume and use at any time, regardless of our position. It's really, really effective, this one. And I've seen this used in some really interesting scenarios. So authority is a really important influencing principle. Now, the 6th one is what Cialdini calls social proof. And this is where we cite an individual, a team, or an organisation that does something that we're aspiring to do. So let's imagine that team down south that's using this process. And look at them, it's working really well for them. They're really effective and they're really enjoying their work more too. Why don't we give that a go? Social proofing is used all the time in advertising and when we're recommending things to people. Give that one a go too. It's a really effective one. So that's social proof. And there you have it. Cialdini's 6 principles. What's really useful with these is to get to know all of them and get comfortable using all of them. And then think about the people that you really want to influence and think about which principles will work with them. You may use one of them at a time. You may do what I do sometimes, which is just use 2 or 3 of them in conjunction. And that's double or triply effective. And what you find with practice is you'll instinctively start to realise which principle works with the people you're with and the situation that you're in. So go on, give them a go. See how you get on. Put your comments below. And if you want to have a look at more Learning Unplugged, take a look at the website, which is ptps.co.uk, or the YouTube channel, which is Paul Tran Trainer. Enjoy playing around with Cialdini's principles, and have a great Easter. And I'll see you soon on the next Learning Unplugged.